Welcome to this practice where we are going to look at cat-cow in a little bit more detail and understand how it can really regulate our hormones. So we're going to start first of all with just a little bit of a warm-up. And when we do cat-cow, because our spine is going up and back, I want us to just start with a little bit of some twists and some shoulder preparation. So first of all, let's just take your chin down to your chest and let's just check in with the neck, because the neck gets so much stress during our day. You're doing this in the morning and you've got a bit of a stiff neck from your sleep. So when you drop your chin to your chest, I want you to take your attention to your shoulders rather than your chin. So can you check in with your shoulders and see if they're level? My right shoulder always drags up a bit and the left one drops. So see if you can balance them out a little bit like those scales that we used to use for, well, I did, showing my age, in cookery class, where you have to balance them out with the weights and then your ingredients. So just take a moment. You might need to close your eyes to get that feeling. Imagine I've come behind you and I'm just pressing lightly with my fingertips on your shoulders. And just pull them down and pull them back. Just feel that tension just release. Just regulate your breath now. Just breathing in and breathing out. Sending your breath to the tension in your neck, in your shoulders, wherever you're feeling it. And have a couple of more breaths here. And then just bring your chin up slowly. So just be mindful, it might be a little bit tender. And then just take your gaze over your right shoulder. So I want you to follow your nose. So by following your nose, I don't want you to bring this left shoulder with you. You're going over your right shoulder, keeping the shoulders in line just as you did before. Breathing in and breathing out. And now with your nose, keeping the shoulders where they are, see if you can take your nose up towards the sky on the angle, taking it up. Oh, feeling that nice stretch, that nice release in the right shoulder, in the right side of the neck. Maybe open your mouth, have a yawn. Oh, really good for regulating your system is a yawn. In our world, we think of it as tiredness, but actually it's encouraging our brain to get more oxygen because it wants to think. There's a fun fact for you. And then slowly, using your nose, nothing else, take your gaze back down to the side and then back round to center. Be careful. It's quite a deep stretch. Next side, take your nose over to your left. Again, don't let that right shoulder come with you. Keep it fixed, keep it straight, keep it down your back. Notice where you're feeling the tension. For me, it's in the left side of my jaw. Breathing in, using that fresh energy, that fresh breath, sending it to your neck, your shoulders, your jaw. And then from here, let's look up to the sky again. So using your nose, taking your gaze to your nose, draw your nose up as far as you can. It doesn't need to be too far. If it's just on the angle and it's just here, just stay there. If it doesn't feel good, come back down a little bit. If you're not used to using these muscles or moving your head in this way, it's going to take time. But by repeating these short classes over time, you'll really start to feel that momentum. I apologize in advance if you can hear something snoring. It's my dog, Heidi, who is fast asleep. She's done nothing all day, but has to have this sleep as if she's like climbed a mountain. So just enjoy that release, that strain from the neck. And then taking your gaze back to your nose, drawing that back down to the side. Be careful as you come all the way back to center. So let's do that coming down and coming up in the center of our body, because this is something that we will be doing in our cat-cow. So chin to chest. And when you breathe in, I want you to press into the palms, into your knees. And you breathe in, bend the elbows, come forward, breathing in, and look up. Breathing out, bringing yourself back. So this is seated cat-cow. If you've got pain in your knees, this is a nice one to do instead of traditional cat-cow. So breathing in and breathing out. As you breathe in, take your attention to your lower back as you lift your head and your chin. As you breathe out, take your attention to your shoulders as you bring them back. Now you can ignite Ujjayi breathing if you know what that is. And you can also draw your belly in and up if that's something that you're familiar with. And it would be my advice not to draw your belly in and up if you're menstruating at the moment. I find it's perfectly acceptable to just let your belly rest as you bleed. So breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in as you come up and breathing out as you come back. Well done. So let's get into our cat-cow. So I'm going to come round on the mat so you can see me from the side. I've got double yoga mats and I'm also going to use my blanket. You can actually buy knee pads, which are really, really useful. Yeah, they are good. It just means when you're transitioning through into different poses, they can be a bit of a pain and a bit faffy, which is why I do like a blanket instead. So, however you prefer it, bring your knees on your mat in your wrists under your shoulders and your knees under your hips. And then you want to come into tabletop. Now, everyone's different, but I like to say, as a rule of thumb, if you're crossways on your yoga mat, which this is the top of my yoga mat, and this is the back of it. So as you can see, I've just got my knees just on the end of the mat, and I've just got my fingertips on the edge. So that gives you an idea of where you need to be. Obviously, everyone's different, so just have a go, see what works for you. So once you're in your tabletop, I want you to extend your fingers. So really make your fingers really, really wide and press your palms into the mat. So now you've got your palms pressing in and you've got all 10 fingertips pressing into the yoga mat. Now it might feel like you're gripping the yoga mat, so as if you're kind of dragging the mat back. And that in itself will switch on the muscles in your arms and the muscles in your shoulders. And then I want you to tuck your toes. So bring your toes back. And I've got tiny little pinky toes, so I can't actually get my pinky toes on the mat. But you're going to try and see if you can get all 10 toes on the mat. And then you're going to press all 10 toes, all 10 fingers, and you might feel that your knees are no longer pressing into the mat. And that's the feeling that I want you to have as we transition through. So get your engagement, pressing in, and on an inhale, I want you to drop the tail. So by that, I mean pressing it down, lifting your booty up, and then drawing yourself up. So open up the clavicle. That's that area here in the chest area. Open up that clavicle area. Draw your head back, just like we were doing in our practice before. And breathe. So stay here. Let's just stay in our cow. If you're not menstruating and you feel like drawing your tummy in, then do so. So feel this. Where are you feeling it? For me, it's my lower back. It's my shoulders. And release. Well done. Just come back onto your knees. Just let your hands have a little bit of a rest. It's quite intense. So now we're going to come back into our tabletop. We're then going to come up into our cow. And then on our exhale, we're going to come into cat. And we're going to stay in cat for a few breaths. So coming back, press the fingertips, press the palms, widen those fingers so your hands are really wide, giving you a bit like duck feet. And then tuck your toes, pressing your toes. You start to feel that slight lift in the knees. Inhale for cow. And then on your exhale, I want you to tuck your tail as you round your back and you come through. So straighten your arms and drop your head. Now again, I want you to take the pressure from your knees and put it into your hands, your fingers, and your toes. You start to feel an opening in the shoulders, a release in your back, and breathe. If it feels good, draw your belly in on your inhale and then slightly contract it on your exhale. Take one more inhale and then release. Exhale, come back down. Well done. Let's do 3 full rounds of cat-cow. So breathing in, tilt the pelvis, drop the belly and lift the head. Breathing out, round the back, tuck the tail, drop the head. One more inhale for cow and exhale for cat. Inhale for cow and exhale for cat. Bring yourself down back onto your knees. I'll just turn around just so I can see you. And you're just going to take a moment just to give your feet, your toes, and your wrists just a little bit of some tender loving care. Just maybe going one way. Flashy lights. And then just one foot at a time, just bringing that blood back into the feet. And then just come into cross-legged. Plant the palms on your knees. And just take a moment. So, in theory, you haven't actually done much, but how do you feel? Cat-cow is a wonderful posture to start your day, end your day. It's just a really good posture to start to get some energy flowing into your spine. So just take your palms together, thumbs into your heart chest. And namaste. Thank you for joining me in this practice to discover your cat-cow. And if you'd like to join me in the next video in this series, we're going to look at supine twist and how we do it, what we do, different variations, and what props you can use to make it easier for you to get in and out of it. So I hope to see you on the mat again for that practice. I'll see you next time.